Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. This was a complete waste of Morgan Freeman's time. He has two good scenes with Juliette Binoche's character. Other than that, he's walking around, bounding around really, or sitting around for the 2 hours. Now, they were going for the veteran arc, similar to his role in Seven. He was retiring then as a detective, and Seven was released 27 years ago. They have him playing that same character. In this film, he's 87, retired, but the FBI needed him to consult on a case none of them care about solving. No. Mm-mm. No. Waste, underutilized doesn't even cover it. This was a waste of his time. And I understand he may have wanted to work with Juliette Binoche. I get that. But this is Morgan Freeman. Right for Morgan Freeman. Here's my review of Paradise Highway. The title, Paradise Highway. If the title is too ambiguous or misleading, it's not a good title. See if the title makes sense to you based on the story premise. So Paradise Highway follows a trucker played by Juliette Binoche, her name's Sally in this film, who transports contraband as a favor for her brother to keep him from being assaulted while he's in prison. Days before her brother's release, he convinces Sally to move one last load for him to protect him in prison. Turns out this load is a young girl who's being trafficked. The young girl, Layla, played by Hala Finley, shoots and kills the man she's supposed to be delivered to. Now, Layla and Sally have to go on the run from the cops investigating this murder and the goons who still want the girl to be delivered to them. And they must figure out a way, a compromise, before her brother gets killed in prison for not delivering. Now, let me ask you, does Paradise Highway make sense now? It doesn't. Layla is finally free from the evil clutches of her traffickers and this open highway and this truck, this big rig. The open highway is the closest thing to paradise that she'll ever get to. What about now? The title was meant to be clicky, like clickbait, but it just still doesn't fit. It's too ambiguous. But the story is decent. The story unfolds typically like a typical drama would. It unfolds with all the typical beats any other drama would. Suspense, thriller, drama. And the performances are great. Although Morgan Freeman is underutilized, I think Hala Finley and Juliette Binoche did great. They had more meat on the bones. And Juliette Binoche. This is what I mean about the younger actresses who I don't want this to be an indictment, but I'm just saying they're beautiful in every point of their every scene, so to speak. I think stripping down based on the character is more believable. Like what Juliette Binoche did in this film. Juliette Binoche is beautiful. But this her arc in this film didn't call for beauty. She's always on the road and doesn't necessarily have access, and really there's no need to cover yourself in makeup. So she stripped down for this part because that's what the part is for. And I think that's what more actresses should do in their roles today. I certainly appreciate actresses who are willing to, because she's disappearing in this role. She did a great job disappearing. The same with Finley, with Hala Finley. She's not wearing makeup because her role does not call for makeup. She is on the run and afraid and isn't dousing herself in makeup. And so I think that's a testament to great acting and character building and inhabiting a role fully. And I certainly appreciated that. That's what I love about Melissa Leo. You can hardly recognize Melissa Leo in her roles. You would have to look at the credits to even see it's her, because she completely inhabits characters that she plays. Overall, this isn't a bad film. This is a decent film. There are issues with the transitions and the editing. I know that writer-director Anna Gutto, I think she did a good job directing it, and it's the typical drama unfolding. So the story isn't necessarily fresh or original. You get what she's going for. And I understand how difficult it is to shoot on the highway and to shoot moving vehicles. Juliette Binoche drove this rig, so when you see her in the truck, that's her driving. I think the director did a good job, but the story kind of loses momentum in the middle, and in the second act, and what revives it is this really powerful interaction between Morgan Freeman's character and Juliette Binoche's character. But things just seem to unfold. Like, there's this scene where Morgan Freeman just out of the blue comes up with this idea to go to this truck stop, hoping that she'll be there, and she does. It was just so convenient. But they revive the film when they meet up. It's like a really powerful interaction again. And the pacing again in the second act, it kind of slows, and Morgan and Juliette Binoche revive it. They're only in a couple of scenes together, and those are the better scenes in the film. And the climax, well, the finale was not all that satisfying. It was a little predictable. You'll know the twist halfway through the movie. You'll know the twist. You'll see it coming. It was very obvious and predictable. A good 20 minutes before it happened, you'll know what's about to happen. But again, it's a decent enough film. Overall, again, it's a decent film. There are just some issues with it that there are kinks that should have been ironed out before it was final. But anyway, tell me, have you seen Paradise Highway already? And if you have seen it, what did you think about the film? Or is it even on your radar? But thank you so much if you stuck around this long. I certainly appreciate you. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, peace.